So let me start straightly with this riddle. So it's about a particular thing. It does not drink water and it does not graze grass, but it gives milk to the pot. What is it? That is my question. I think some of you might have got the answer, some of you might not. So if anybody know the answer, you can share with me in chat, or maybe you can. What may be the answer? Because usually we know that cow only give milk. Whatever the products we get it from cow is called as a milk, and we for a cow we need to give a water, and it may go for a grazing. But there is another one thing I'm discussing about, that is called a palm tree.
Palmyra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Palmyra tree. I'm sorry, Palmyra tree. Palmyra tree also give milk, like when you cut the inflorescence and drop by drop, it produce a kind of liquid. We can call it as a milk, you can call it as a sap, or you can call it as a juice, or you can call it as a toddy. It depends on the words. But you no need to give water for Palmyra tree, because it itself search for the water. Usually we never water Palmyra tree. It's usually take care of the itself. And secondly, and we won't feed anything like pesticide, insecticide, or whatever. We won't. For coconut and other trees we used to give, but palm tree we never give. So whatever the product we get it from palm tree, Palmyra trees, 100% organic. Let me move on with this. Oh, this picture will give you some idea how this Palmyra tree is a kind of wealth for our region, Asian region. We call this tree as an Asian palm tree because there are thousands of Palmyra palm trees. But among them, this palm tree called as a Asian palm tree. The botanical name is Borassus flabellifer. You can see this tree around Asia, even from starting from Africa to Philippines. You can see this tree. So look at this old Palmyra climber or Palmyra warrior. He actually fixed the door with some sharpened things to protect the tree. So it shows that Palmyra tree has a lot of wealth. People used to steal the inflorescence. Sometimes they cut the ice apple. So this grandpa from Telangana actually made the tour to protect Palmyra wealth from the stealing. The reason is toddy. Toddy usually attract the people. So they tempted to go on the top and steal the toddy. Well, so this is the lecture of the talk. I'm going to discuss today cultivation and utilization of Palmyra palm for sustainable development, a Palmyra-Culture perspective. So this is botanical feature of that tree. So it can be called as Asian palm or Palmyran palm, Thalkach in Hindi, and in Tamil we call it as a Panai. And botanical name is Borassus flabellifer from Palmyra family. It can go up to 25 to 30 meter, and it has a fibrous root system. Start flowering from 12 to 20 years. It depends on the climatic condition and other aspects. And you can see two types of a tree like human, male and palm, male and female trees. The male tree inflorescence looks like very taller and like a rod. And if you look at the female tree, you can see that this is the inflorescence in the right hand side. It may have kind of ball-like structures, the fruits. So the youngest one is ice apple. The ripened one looks like a orange color. Let's have a look on the distribution of Palmyra palm around the world. Palmyra palm is widespread from Africa to Philippines, but you can see the density of this Palmyra palm in India and Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, Myanmar, Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, in this region. And if you look at the political stance of this tree, Tamil Nadu has a Palmyra tree as an official tree of Tamil Nadu, and Cambodia, national tree, Jaffna province of Sri Lanka, is official tree of is Palmyra tree. And in Indonesia also, one particular province has Palmyra tree as a province, as a official tree. So it shows that these countries, I think this region itself, culturally, politically, environmentally connected with Palmyra tree. So I used to call this as a Palmyra route, which connects all the culture through this tree. Well, if you go a little deeper inside Bangladesh and India, in India, you can see the density of the high density of this Palmyra tree around mostly in Bay of Bengal region, nearby seashore, not inside. Similarly, you can see something around Arabic Ocean area, but India is a leading country which has huge amount of Palmyra tree around, I think 10, 102 million trees you can see in India. And in Tamil Nadu itself, it is around 51 million trees. And if you look at the status of Sri Lanka also has a kind of high density of Palmyra tree in north and eastern province. And it is around 10 million Palmyra tree. There are genetic diversity you can look at here. Borassus flabellifer is an Asian Palmyra palm. We call it generally in this region. Other than that, you can see different varieties. Borassus ethiopium, Delec, and other things in this region. I think country and region I have mentioned. So let's look at the literature perspective of Palmyra palm. So if you look at the literature, classical Sangam literature of Tamil, so you can see a book called Pronanuru. It is written before, I think, 2000 year minimum, 2000 year old classical literature. In this literature, a poet, Alatur Kilar, wrote a poem on a died king, Cholan Nalankilli. See, he want to express the strength of the army of this king, but he uses Palmyra palm fruit at that seasons to really make it give the big strength on this army. If you look at this army, he's saying that the army will walk in a particular place. When the first line army eat ice apple, the youngest tender Palmyra palm, the middle line army will eat ripened one. The back line army will eat the tuber. So if you think that the duration for this product development, so the young Palmyra palm actually takes around 3 months from the inflorescence stage, maybe 2 to 3 months. And from that, it will take around 2 months to ripen. And if you put the seeds, it will take 3 more months, around 90 to 100 days to become tuber. So that means his army walks in a particular place around 6 months. That is his expression. So you can understand that how this Palmyra tree is culturally penetrated, intertwined with the people. So they are using the palm tree to express the strength of the army. So the another one, our famous Nobel laureate, the poet, Rabindranath Tagore has written a nice poem on Palmyra tree. So you cannot see poems on all the trees, but Palmyra tree is one of the gift for the human being. Yes. So Rabindranath Tagore also discussed about palm tree in a poem. So it's a famous poem. I think some of you, those who are interested, you can look into that later. And I just want to introduce two personalities who commented on Palmyra tree. The first one, Gandhi. Gandhi said Palmyra tree is the antidote for the poverty. The other one, another one extreme, who fought for the freedom of Tamil people in Sri Lanka. Prabhakaran said that Palmyra and fish wealth are important resources for the development. The one man who talks about ahimsa, he also mentions the Palmyra. The other man who taken the army to fight for his freedom, he also talks about Palmyra. So you can understand how much the Palmyra wealth is going to be the important part of the human sustainable development. What is Palmyra-Culture? I coined the word called Palmyra-Culture. So you know that agriculture means we use the natural resources like water, soil, and the air, and plants, seeds, and animals to make our own products to survive. And similarly, if you put Palmyra-Culture as a part of permaculture, cultivation and utilization of Palmyra palm for self-reliance and sustainable development can be called as a Palmyra-Culture. So Palmyra-Culture actually is one part is cultivation and utilization of Palmyra tree. So another part is to live self-reliant and sustainable life. So Palmyra tree plays a pivotal role in livelihood of the rural people, and it also maintains biodiversity and ecosystem, promotes socio-economic and environmental sustainability. Why we are talking about Palmyra tree? There are so many trees. Why I chosen it? So if you take our everyday life, so mainly it contains food. Actually, sugar is very important product, jaggery, and the another product is mostly the elderly people use it. Alcohol is one of the important product. The another one is plastic. These are all three important commodity in our life. These three commodities can be derived from Palmyra. So one is jaggery, the another one is toddy, the another one is Palmyra leaf and fiber-based craft works. So in this way, Palmyra can fulfill these three important products which is consumed in our life. So 13 kg every as a per capita consumption. So sugar, but within one tree, you can almost get 13 kg. So per year consumption can be fulfilled by one tree. Similarly, 5.6 liters per capita consumption, and one palm tree can fulfill that. Similarly, around 65 kg of plastic consumption per person. So one person can get that much eco-friendly materials from Palmyra. These are all some of the products from Palmyra we commonly knows. Tuber, from the sugar and toddy, ice apple, and the germinated seed embryo, that is hostorium, and leaves also good products for the cattle. So this one picture may give you overall the available products from the Palmyra, from shoot to root. Every part of the Palmyra is utilized by the human being. So there is a book called Talavilasam, written shows that it is the Palmyra palm contains 800 plus products. But today you can see in the market more than 100,000 plus edible and non-edible products from this Palmyra palm. What is the life cycle of Palmyra? So female tree gives the fruits germinates, it will become tuber within 3 months. After 3 months, 100 days, that first leaves comes out. Then it will become young palm, then matured palm. So when it's young palm, you cannot differentiate that female and male palm tree. After the first bloom, you can differentiate which one is female and which one is the male. So if you look at the palm, so it can survive inside the water and it can survive on the rock also. So it is somehow highly tolerant plant. It can survive in difficult condition. Okay, so look at the product developments from the Palmyra inflorescence. Take the female inflorescence. If you cut the inflorescence, if you add slacked lime inside the pod, the inflorescence becomes sap. Only sugar you will get it. But if you don't add any slacked lime, no calcium hydroxide, it will ferment, it will become toddy. Palmyra palm is one of the famous biochemical industry which can produce alcohol within 15 hours. Within 15 hours. You cannot produce alcohol within 15 hours in our home by fermentation. But Palmyra palm can produce alcohol within 15 hours. And if you use ice pack, no fermentation, you will get Nira. Okay, so only female palm tree, you are not cutting the inflorescence. If you allow the inflorescence to grow, it will become ice apple. Then once if you allow them to ripen, you can get the matured fruit, which is in the orange color. And if you take the seeds and you can use the bulb and you throw the seeds, it will germinate, and it will become castoreum. This white pot can be used as an edible product, very tasty. And if you allow it for 3-4 months, it will become tuber. This is a way you can get multiple food products from Palmyra, drinks as well as the food products. So what is the chemistry behind the fruits? So young ice apple and ripened mature fruit contains various pods. So if you look at the chemistry, these are all the various molecules. You can look at the molecular level of these materials. So vitamins, very many vitamins you can see from A to B1, B3, B6, vitamin E, D3, K, and some sugars like maltose, sucrose, glucose, and starch also, and pectin. These are all the valuable products, molecules you can see in Palmyra palm fruit. So for this reason, I call this Palmyra fruit as a black apple of Asia. Black apple of Asia. You can compare the chemical composition of Palmyra fruit and apple. So it almost matches. It almost matches in maximum part, matches very well. So we can call this Palmyra fruit as a black apple of Asia. So it's a good fruit, but it is underutilized in our culture. So why Palmyra palm is superior than other sugar-producing plants? Beetroot, sugarcane, sugar date palm, nilpa palm, coconut palm, kitul palm. The reason is you don't need to take care of this plant. No need to take care of them. Naturally, it has a tolerance and it is sustainable. So that's the reason. And also I want to give one more reason. Beetroot, you have to completely destroy the plant, and sugarcane also you have to completely destroy. And if you look at the sugar date palm, the wild date palm, you have to cut the plant. Actually, you have to damage the stem. But in Palmyra palm, it's a small semi damage. I think it is very small damage we'll do in cutting only inflorescence. It is not a destructive process. In other plants, I think first 3 plants, it is destructive plants. Destructive process you have to do for getting sugar or toddy. But in the case of coconut, you have to take care of it. But in Palmyra palm, the carrying and maintenance is very less. So there is a research paper reports that Palmyra palm is superior in producing jaggery and juice and fruit than other palms. And in this way, you can understand Palmyra palm is connected very well with our culture, producing air, water. It's a place for physical work, produce food, medicine, shelter, clothing, energy. It also helps us to help our community to transfer the education, because the Palmyra palm leaves were used as a manuscript in our culture. And it's a place for the sports and game, aesthetic, innovation. You can do a lot of craft works. It plays crucial role in biodiversity in the ecosystem development. It is also part of producing green economy. And people used to worship this tree as a god. So it also provides spiritual enlightenment. And more than that, it is a life-saving tree. In Bangladesh, people plant the Palmyra palm as a plant which can save people and cattle from thunder strike. And because in Bangladesh, around 400 people are dying every year in thunder strike. So it is a tall tree, it can save the people. So I want to talk a little bit about the Palmyra tappers. Palmyra tappers are very important workers who really care Palmyra tree and who has the expertise to take the sugar and toddy from Palmyra palm. So their life is really very hard, because climbing on the tree and standing on the tree inside and handling the inflorescence, cutting them, and doing the process to get the sugar and toddy, it's really, really difficult job. They are really warriors. So I call them as Palmyra warriors. There is a girl called Karishma in Tamil Nadu. She's actually climbing on the tree. She got the training from her father, Pandian. And I also met another one, Palmyra tapper, who completed B in aeronautical engineering in Nagarkoil, Kanyakumari district of Tamil Nadu. They are doing an amazing job. These are all the instruments the Palmyra climbers use, the Palmyra warriors. foot rope to get the stability with the plant, and the kadipu tools who press the inflorescence, and the cutting, slicing sickles. There are 2 sickles they use, and juice collection pod and climbing stick. So this is really amazing job. We should call them as a Palmyra warriors, not just a climbers, because they are more stronger to climb. And other than that, they are like Palmyra scientists actually, because they design their own tools and they climb as warriors. They control the biochemical reactions. If they add calcium hydroxide, they will get sugar. If they don't add calcium hydroxide, they will allow the liquid to ferment, they will get toddy. So they are really a biochemist. When they bring the sap to the ground and when they heat it, they can make it as a jackery, they can make it as a sugar powder, they can make it as a crystal by controlling the temperature and time. So they are really a physicist and biotechnologist. They are very skillful people. They are not just like a labbers. And this is another perspective, how Palmyra palm is used as can be climbed as a plant for sustainable development. It has a 3-dimensional role, plays crucial role in environmental and social and economical aspect. Let's discuss about this. In this way, Palmyra can be used as achieving United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. All the 17 goals, some of them can be achieved by Palmyra. Why we are calling this tree as a life-saving tree? Because there are a few examples I can give you. In Sri Lanka, people use this Palmyra tree to reduce elephant-human conflict, because elephants used to enter from hills to the village nearby. So they are planting Palmyra palm around their near village and around their paddy, around their garden in zigzag formats, very high density farming. So when they grow, they have a lot of thorns around their stalk. So the elephant cannot damage it. So this is a way it can be a life-saving tree. And if you plant this Palmyra palm around the seashore, when I wrote the letters to Tamil Nadu government, and I also trying to plant a lot of Palmyra palm in the seashore of Bangladesh in Chittagong. So this is one example from Tiruchendur in Tamil Nadu. They planted Palmyra palm in a line in seashore. So it actually protect the seashore soil. It has a fibrous root system, so it can hold the soil very well, and soil erosion will be reduced. And also it can reduce the impact of tsunami and high tide and other things. So it can create a good biodiversity and ecosystem in seashore where you cannot grow a lot of plants. So this is where we can plant it there. And in Bangladesh, especially, as I said, Palmyra palm is used as a lightning rod. Every year, Bangladesh government encourage the people to plant 1 million trees. This is a lightning rod. So it's a life-saving tree, and it can stay strong in strong wind. So it can be a windbreak. This is the way it takes the lightning rod and saves the people. Even I experienced this in my garden. One day I just entered into my garden in rain season, and when I came out, there was a lightning strike nearby, but it really attacked me, and not straightly. It was falls on the Palmyra palm nearby, but somehow I got the kind of effect. I fall down, but literally the Palmyra palm saved me. So this is a way we can understand that the trees can save people. So this is one of the other examples how Palmyra palm fruit can be utilized in textiles industry, because textile industry is the biggest industry in Bangladesh. It consumes a lot of natural resources. One of the alternative resources, Palmyra palm fruit fibers. There is a group from Raju Ahmed. They developed they extracted the fruit fiber. They utilized the pulp for some other edible purpose. They extracted the fruit fiber. They used it for spinning and dyeing process, and they brought textile out of it. So this project got the 5th prize in Talent Hunt 2013. This is amazing work, and This is one of the edible product we may not know very well about it. Dry fruit from Palmyra farm. In Sri Lanka, it is very famous because they call it as a panatu. In Sri Lankan Tamil people culture, it is really very famous. They used to keep it for a year. So they dry this Palmyra fruit pulp in sun and they keep it for a year. It's a very famous product there. And this Palmyra fruit and tuber contains some special molecule called carotene. Carotene is a precursor for vitamin A. So if you eat Palmyra fruit, it's a good additive and source for vitamin A. Other than that, as I mentioned, pectin and sucrose. And there are two types of famous molecules are available in Palmyra fruits and tuber, porocytes and flabelliferins. See, these two molecules are named after the Palmyra farm botanical name, Borassus, flabellifer. There are two groups, extracted two different group of molecules. They named it as porocytes and flabelliferins. This is amazing word. They have a lot of biological activities, and they can be antipyretic, anti-diabetic, anti-obesity, anti-cancer. Even they can inhibit COVID-19. So there are some works should be done in this area. And there is a technology called toddy packaging. Sri Lanka is a front runner in this area. They pack toddy. They keep it for a year. This is something amazing technology they follow. They don't do any preservation. They don't add. They are doing the natural process, some temperature control, and this is actually exported to Western countries. And another one group from Indonesia, they developed hand sanitizer in COVID-19 period from this toddy. That's amazing. But you know, if you look at Tamil Nadu, they banned toddy. That is really pathetic. I think it is the biggest resource. It has nutritional and medicinal value. But why government of Tamil Nadu bans toddy? But in Tamil Nadu, other liquors are allowed. Other alcoholic liquors, beverages are allowed. But they ban toddy. That is not really good. Palmyra palm toddy is known for a lot of medicinal value. It is probiotic. It is probiotic. It is very important. There are a lot of people are has lactose intolerance. They cannot take milk based fermented product, yogurt, and other things. But this Palmyra palm toddy is actually probiotic. So, and more than that, it has a lot of vitamins and a little bit of sugar and other biomolecules and minerals. It is not just alcohol. It has only around 4% alcohol, 2 to 4%. So it is a good source for other products like vinegar, arak, bioethanol, bottled toddy, hand sanitizer. But why government of Tamil Nadu banning this? So I am just requesting the scientists who, those who are in that particular region to look into this and suggest and advise the government to utilize this Palmyra wealth, especially Palmyra toddy, for economic and social and environmental development. I know that there is a concern on adulteration because people used to adulterate because it is a seasonal drink. Only 3 or 4 months you will get it. But other than the other time, people used to make some adulterated drink. In this way, it may be affecting people, but we can find a way to stop it. These are all the 4 adulterant people use mostly. Some chloral hydrate and paraldehyde, and some other heterocyclic compounds. So these are all some of the data about the Palmyra sap before and after fermentation. So look at that. It is from female and male trees. So it is not just alcohol. It contains only around 2+% of alcohol. Other than that, it contains vitamin C, A, riboflavin, thiamine, niacin, phosphorus, copper, potassium, sodium, iron, magnesium, calcium, and some lipids and sugars and proteins. So it's an amazing drink. I think our people in Asia, it is our cultural and traditional drink. Government should not actually stop this. We have to streamline this. We can create a lot of value addition from the toddy. So bioethanol, vinegar, arak, and these are all some of the sources for so much of fine chemical industries. We can develop so many big molecules and useful medicines out of it. So this picture covers the various biological activities of Palmyra fruit and tender fruit and ripened one. It has a lot of biological values, including laxative, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. Amazing. If you don't want to go for aging, you eat these fruits. And it is also fights with summer, burn, sunburn, and prevents painful urination, immune modulator, prevents malnutrition. This is one sort of traditional food people used to prepare from Palmyra fruit. They take bulb and add some flour, wheat flour, and add some sugar, and they fry it in the oil. It is called panangai paniyaram in Sri Lanka. It is also common in Bay of Bengal, from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha, West Bengal, Bangladesh, up to Cambodia. It is common food. And in Tamil Nadu, we usually prepare appam, a kind of fermented dish from rice and toddy. We ferment it and we make it as an appam. This is very nice food, good for health. And this is the way people take Palmyra jackery out of sap. They boil it. It will undergo some caramelization process. At the end, it will be converted into the jackery, the brownish color material. These are all some of the edible products. Edible products, you can see from Palmyra fruit and jackery. People used to make famous cake. In Bangladesh, these cakes are famous, palm pita. And in Thailand also, these cakes are very famous. And these are all other value-added products, chocolates and toffee, yogurt, ice cream, jam from Palmyra farm, and dry fruits and panatus. These are all some of the value-added products from tuber, tried tuber powders. There are two types of powders. One is boiled tried tuber. The other one is normal tried tubers. These are all very famous, healthy food, highly fibrous. It can reduce the constipation problem. It can improve your health because it gives you strength because it is more fibrous and nutritious. And some of the edible, non-edible products, you can see that. Lot of products. 1,000 products people are making out of it. It's a good packaging material. You can get fan and fans and lot of family aid craftworks. You can get it. I'm wearing Palmyra farm hat, and it is a good synthetic alternative for plastics. And this is some sort of data. You can get around $200 from per tree, from sap, toddy, or jackery, and endosperm, young fruit, or seeds, or hastoreum, or tuber, and sapling production from seed. Minimum you can get $200. That is the criteria. So if you have 500 plants in 1 acre, you can produce $1 lakh per year. That is the data. But it is very hard to get that money. You have to work hard. You should know the technologies. You should have human resources. And if you are able to make this money, it is a kind of economic development, part of sustainability. And if you look at this industry, sugar industry, now it is 1.7 billion. It is on 2020. It is in 2027. It is $2 billion. And it's a really big industry. Palmyra palm can really play a crucial role. I want to share one data. You can produce the sugar, which is equal to 8 acres of sugarcane plant within 1 acre of Palmyra palm. In 1 acre, you can go up to 500 to 1,000. It based on your technology, how you are planting it. So 1 acre Palmyra palm can produce the sugar that can be produced from around 5 to 8 acres of sugarcane. So that's amazing one, but the processing and the collection of the sap, it's a difficult process, climbing. So if you do some sort of mechanization and some sort of technology, and that is possible to produce a lot. Other than that, there are a lot of products you can make it, and you can actually pack the Palmyra palm sap and dodi. That is good technology. I'll go quickly to give the flavors. What are the things we can do with Palmyra palm? So other than that, there are some chemistry works we can do. We can use the shell and fruits for dye removal and sensing purposes. And you can prepare quantum dots, nanomaterials. So I just want to share what my work, my research group has done. So I called my research group as a Palmyra-Culture research group. We are trying to create Palmyra oasis. And we also plant Palmyra palm around the water bodies, lakes and ponds and rivers. We have shown that young Palmyra palm can be a kind of a nursing plant for other plants. If you plant some other spreading plants like neem or some other plants like kaju and posia and pineapple and some other plants I tested. So they are growing very well between two Palmyra palms. If you keep distance between two Palmyra palms around 10 feet, if you plant one plant which can spread over, because Palmyra palm will go taller. So you can plant a tree between two Palmyra palms which can spread, which won't go taller. So in this way, we successfully demonstrated that it can be a nursing plant, so which can help the plants to grow because the fibrous root system can supply nutrition. And this is a way Palmyra palm can be a mixed crop. So it is useful in nanotechnology. We can produce a lot of nanomaterials from various products and parts of Palmyra palm. And Palmyra fruit can produce silver nanoparticle, copper cobalt nanoparticles. They have a lot of applications too. We prepare silver nanoparticle from using jacquerie. That it shows a very good antibacterial activity. We also wrote a review paper on that. We also developed a wound healing material from the leaf secretion of young tender leaves. And this can be a good material because we found out that the Palmyra climbers use this material when they got wounded by the thorns. So by the way, we taken that secretions. They are very spongy materials. We extracted in ethanol. We tested that they have antibacterial activity, and we also tested with a mouse, and we proved that it can heal the wounds. And we also demonstrated the Palmyra fruits can be fruit extract can be used as a sensor for cadmium and iron 2+ ions. And we mapped all the biological activities of the Palmyra palm. And we also developed soap and liquid soap and facial cream out of the Palmyra fruit. It was published in a very good journal, Industrial Crops and Products. And we also demonstrated that the molecules, porosites and flabelliferins, can be molecules for inhibiting COVID-19 inhibitions, COVID-19 infections. And among this, the porosite D and FD is working very well because of the hydrogen bonds. And we also demonstrated we can pack the Palmyra fruit juice. Our student group has demonstrated it. And it is a well-known process. The industries, Sri Lankan people used to make juice out of it. We are trying to make a natural preservative for this. I just want to show a small video from my research group. It will be inspiring you people. Okay. We also conduct Palmyra Fruit Festival to make awareness among the people and students. This is a way we create some awareness how we can make use of this fruit. And we also we are in the process of developing kind of dye for the hair dye, and we are moving forward with a few product developments. And one of my students shown that it can be a good molecules for inhibiting low grade, what do you call, cancer types. And also we developed the gels out of the Palmyra palm fruit. And we also demonstrated Palmyra fruit pulp can increase the milk production. That this work is under progress. We are studying in detail. And this is one of the Palmyra fruit market you can see in Chittagong, Bangladesh. And we also extracted sugar out of the Palmyra fruit. And we prepared interactive periodic table games out of Palmyra farm leaves. And we also developed bioenzymes out of Palmyra fruit. And we try to dye the Palmyra leaves with the natural dyes. And we are also working on the Palmyra palm, how it plays a crucial role in biodiversity and an ecosystem. It is a place for a lot of plants like banyan tree, people tree, and it is also a place for weaver bird and other birds and lichens and some bee. And we are also working into develop some dry powders from Hastoria. This is Hastoria dry powder, and we are trying to make a kind of mithai, means sweet from Palmyra fruit. And this is a way we are also creating a kind of awareness among the people, making Palmyra temple. I created in my hometown. And we recently planted around 4,000 plants in our campus as a lightning rod, as a biofence in AW campus. And this is a nursery we nurtured. And we are recently working on Green Bangle project where we are planting 30,000 plants around the seashore. Among them, 8,000 are Palmyra. We are going to plant at the seashore. We already planted 2,000. We are also planting Nipa palm. So this is very successful work. I think it will enrich the biodiversity among the seashore and also build the strength. It will strengthen the seashore. These are some of the methods I am suggesting for high density farming of Palmyra. And it can be a biofence. We can learn some lessons from Palmyra. So I always wish people live like Palmyra. Look at the light direction, always follow the vertical growth, be simple, strong, and flexible, try to survive and shine in difficult conditions with limited resources, be useful to others in many ways, be happy, make others happy, save and conserve, be an integral part of the ecosystem, conserve your uniqueness. Let's grow more Palmyra and it will take care of our generations. These are some of the workshops and training programs we are creating for the women and students. And some of the students are taking up this Palmyra-based enterprises. They are getting prizes in Hull Prize competitions. And we also involved in climbing training programs in India, and Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. And that's all from my side. This is one of the important observations I have seen. There are sometimes when they are cleaning the Palmyra, they create the wounds. The wounds actually kills them. And this is another one sad story. When the people are climbing on Palmyra, they are falls on. They are so one of the guys recently got a heart attack on the top. So it's really a very, very bad, sad story. Government has to look into that. And these are all some of the recommendations. And I request all the audience, professors and learned people, scientists, to grow, plant some Palmyras as a biofence for your institution campus. Suggest them. That will really give the aesthetic value and also gives a large-scale food production, and it will give clean air and soil conservation, and windbreak lightning rod, and also brings green economy. This is my research group. I acknowledge all the people, those who are traveling with me and building the concepts and the technology and the products with me. I acknowledge Swiss Philanthropy Foundation, who is funding for the plantation project, and also my students, those who are working with me, and all the collaborators, and Government of Tamil Nadu for Palmyra Development Movement, and Government of Bangladesh, and I request government of India to make a Palmyra development board, like coconut development board. This is my request. I think scientists can take and suggest this to the Palmyra development government to make a Palmyra development board bill. I know that it is already prepared, but it is in pending. And similarly, I also request the Tamil Nadu government to look into that, lift the ban on toddy, allow the toddy. Let's make use of it, maximize our resources. And this is our university. We are fully funded, providing fully funded scholarship for students, especially from India. Dalit students can get fully funded scholarship. We provide, we offer various majors: economic, public health, computer science, environmental science, biotechnology, and PPE, education and apparel, retail management. If you have some students, you can suggest that. That's all from my side. Thank you so much for your patience.